If you clicked on this video, it's probably because despite the massive amount of content out there about dropshipping, you still haven't found that one winning product, the product that could change your life forever. And maybe you're even starting to think that this whole dropshipping thing is just one big lie. Well, let me reveal a hard truth to you. It is not your fault, not at all. The reality is, many so-called gurus and course sellers are pushing enormous lies about dropshipping. They are selling you a dream, a fantasy of Lamborghinis and easy money, instead of the actual practical skills you need to succeed. But here on Biblowise, it's different. We've moved the Lamborghinis out of the shot. What you'll find here is pure, unfiltered value explained clearly and honestly right here on this whiteboard. So if you're also tired of being sold a dream and you're ready for real skills, hit that subscribe button and join this new revolutionary channel. It won't cost you a thing, but it will help you advance in this value revolution. Go on, do it now. I'll wait. Done? Perfect. Now let's get into it. In this video, we're going to start by pulling back the curtain. We'll shed light on what the typical gurus are saying, the good and the very, very bad parts of their methods. And then, most importantly, I will present you with a purely marketing-based method to successfully find a winning product. A strategy designed to help you avoid wasting a single dollar on useless testing. So, what do the internet gurus usually tell you? Number one, find a winning product by doing research on TikTok or AliExpress. When I first decided to get into dropshipping, just like you, I went straight to YouTube to learn. And every single video I watched told me the same thing. Go on TikTok, look for products being promoted by influencers, choose the one with the most comments and the most likes. They also said, analyze the best sellers on AliExpress and pick one that has that wow effect. You've heard all of this too, right? Of course you have. It's everywhere. Well, here's the fundamental problem with that approach. When you choose a product on TikTok with massive engagement, tons of comments and likes, that data only gives you two pieces of information. First, that the product interests a certain audience, and second, that it is already highly competitive. The market is likely flooded. On the other hand, if you find a product with fewer TikTok videos, fewer likes and comments, but that still seems somewhat interesting, that also gives you two pieces of information. First, that the product might not interest a large number of people, and second, that competition for it is probably low. But in both cases, you are faced with the exact same dilemma. This surface level data tells you nothing meaningful. It doesn't answer the critical questions. Who are the people who actually liked this product? Do they have significant purchasing power or not? And here is the most important question of all. In which country or specific market would this product be an absolute hit? And in which market would it be a complete flop? Because, in case you still don't know, just because a product is interesting to you as an American, a Canadian, or someone from the UK does not mean that same product will be important to someone in the Philippines, France, or Saudi Arabia. Let me make this crystal clear with a real-world example. Last October, a guy from France named Alex, before he bought my book 9 Marketing Skills for Dropshipping Success, had what he thought was a brilliant idea. He said to himself, I'm going to launch a dropshipping store selling women's beachwear lingerie. And which market did he choose? Saudi Arabia. He did his winning product research, found some eye-catching, flashy creative for beach lingerie, and was sure he was going to be successful. Super motivated, he built his online store on Shopify, connected his product using AutoDS, and launched several Facebook ad campaigns at once. A week later, he had spent over 800 euros and had exactly 0 sales. 0. Why? Because Saudi Arabia is a very conservative Muslim country. There are no public beaches where women can go, and they are certainly not allowed to walk around in lingerie in open air like they might in Miami or Cannes. So the utility of his product, its very reason for existing, unfortunately did not meet the needs or the cultural reality of his target market. The exact same thing happens when you base your research solely on AliExpress. Neither of these platforms gives you the crucial statistical data or cultural insights to know if a product will truly resonate in the specific market you want to target. You end up with a product that might be good in a vacuum, but one that simply doesn't answer an urgent need or desire of the people in the country you're trying to sell to. Now, the question you are probably asking yourself is, are there people who have actually succeeded in dropshipping by doing things this way? And the answer is yes, absolutely. There are. But it almost always implies losing a lot of money first, a lot of testing, a lot of failed campaigns, before finally, through sheer luck or exhausting effort, stumbling upon the right product market match. But what if you didn't have to fail unnecessarily? What if you could think like a true marketer from the very beginning? If you stay until the end of this video, I will show you exactly how a real marketer approaches this, a method to find a winning product directly, intelligently, and without burning through your hard-earned cash on useless tests. So, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're finding this useful so far, please give this video a like. It really helps the channel. Mistake number 2, you have to test multiple products by launching Facebook ads or TikTok ads campaigns to see if it sells. I fell for this one. You've probably fallen for it too. And we are definitely not the only ones. Thousands of people have lost thousands of dollars on this endless, mindless testing cycle. And the worst part, most of them never even understand why they failed. Instead, they're made to believe that losing money at the beginning is just a normal part of the process, the unavoidable cost of learning. But you are lucky to have found this YouTube channel. So stay focused, because you are about to discover in just a moment why this is one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Here's the typical scenario the gurus paint. After you've chosen your product on TikTok or AliExpress, they tell you it's time to test it with ads. So you pay for creatives or you borrow them from your competitors, modifying them just enough to hopefully avoid getting caught. Then you set up your first testing campaign with a total budget of, say, $600. You spend $100 a day crossing your fingers and praying that luck finally turns in your favor. It feels less like a business strategy and more like a lottery ticket or a game of poker. Let's be very clear, we are not in a Las Vegas casino. This is a real international business operating in a multi-billion-dollar industry that grows every single year. So let's step out of that imaginary cloud of luck and chance that these gurus have put you in to profit from your naivety. What you must understand first is this. By testing in this random scattershot way, you have a 90% to 95% chance of failing, and you will fail without ever truly understanding why. This confusion is what often drives people back to those same gurus, desperate enough to pay $1,500 for personal coaching. The core problem, just like in Alex's story, is twofold. First, you don't know exactly who the ideal customer is for this product in the specific country you're targeting. You're guessing. Second, and this is even more critical, you don't know how they see you. You are a store that came out of nowhere trying to sell them a product. You are facing a massive trust deficit. No matter what anyone has told you, your inexperience will show. The people you're trying to sell to, they know this product category better than you. They know this niche better than you. They know what a trustworthy online store in this niche looks like better than you. And they definitely know what a legitimate, professional ad looks like in this niche. In short, they know better. So as an inexperienced beginner, you are more likely to be silently boycotted by the market than to make a sale. You have no data on your target, so you set up your campaigns poorly and get no sales. Or you present yourself to an audience that immediately spots the amateurish signs in your ad, your social media, or your store. You might even get some traffic and add to carts, but you'll see very few, if any, actual completed sales. In the end, you find yourself $600 poorer with nothing to show for it and no real insight to apply to your next attempt. So the same question comes up. Are there people who succeed in selling despite doing this? The answer is still yes, there always are. but we're talking about the 5% to 10% of people who start dropshipping each year. They are the statistical outliers. They either got incredibly lucky or they had a huge budget to burn through until something finally stuck. Is that really the odds you want to play? To be a statistic? No, of course not. So make sure you're subscribed, because after the next big mistake, I will finally present the real solution to this problem. A way where you won't have to depend on gurus or luck anymore. Mistake number 3, find your winning product easily using AI tools like Minia or Copyify. I'll be quick here because everything I've already mentioned applies to this method as well. You've probably heard of these platforms. You pay a monthly subscription to get access to statistics from Facebook ads and other advertising sources. They show you which dropshipping product ads are currently being run the most and which ones are supposedly selling like crazy. The idea is that you just pick the one that's selling the most. On the surface, it sounds like a golden opportunity, right? It looks like a cheat code, but in reality, it's not. When you choose a product this way, don't be surprised when you wake up tomorrow and find your exact product in 10 other different stores, all targeting the same market as you. Why? Because these platforms are popularly consulted by thousands of people at the exact same time, every single day. Everyone is looking at the same statistics, the same winning product lists. On top of that, these products were already being sold by other stores before they even got listed on these platforms. This means you are jumping into a market that is not just competitive, it's often already saturated. You're entering a gold rush, but you're the 1,000th person to arrive, and all the easy gold is long gone. So, the question poses itself again. Do people still manage to succeed selling products they found on Minea? Once again, the answer is yes, technically. But if you've been paying attention to this video, you already know the success rate is dramatically, dishearteningly low. It is not a reliable strategy if you're starting from zero. You are essentially paying for a shortcut to a battlefield. So how do you actually succeed in finding a winning product without losing money on pointless testing and without just copying a competitor? This is exactly what you're about to discover right now. If you've made it this far into the video, it means this content is already providing you with real, valuable knowledge. So honestly, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't have subscribed and liked the video already. Go ahead, it really helps the channel grow. Alright, let's get into the solution. Step 1 is to fundamentally understand what a winning product actually is. Contrary to everything you've been told, a winning product is not something you get to decide. A product is only called winning for one simple reason. It wins over its market. This means the market, your potential customers, are the ones who choose which product is a winner and which one is not. Therefore, instead of trying to declare a product a winner just because it looks wow and innovative, the correct, purely marketing and professional approach is to give this responsibility directly to your audience. How do you do that? It starts with research. First, you need to build a list of potential products. Notice I said potential, not winners yet. The best approach is to first identify the specific need or problem you want to solve within your chosen niche. Then, you need to go and meet your niche where they already are. This means diving into anonymous communities like Reddit, specific online forums, or industry-related Facebook groups. Your goal is to understand their psychology regarding this need or problem. What language do they use? What are their frustrations? What solutions have they already tried that failed? This will give you a wealth of information about what types of products your audience is actually searching for. Next, with these insights, you do product research anywhere, AliExpress, Amazon, Google, to list at least 10 potential products that, based on the data you collected, seem to answer your audience's core need. Then, you gather as many high-quality images for each product as you can. Now comes the most crucial step. You will create an information gathering survey. Structure this survey in 2 parts. The first part asks questions about the person taking the survey, their age, location, interests, purchasing habits. This is to build the exact demographic and psychographic profile of your participants. The second part is where the magic happens. You will showcase each of your potential products with its name and best images. Then You ask pointed questions about their preferences. Which of these solutions would be your best choice to satisfy your need? Which one would you be ready to buy on the spot without thinking twice? And most importantly, why? You can even use tools like ChatGPT to help you craft the perfect questions to extract the maximum amount of crucial information. The goal is to understand not just which product interests your audience the most, but the underlying reasons why. Finally, we get to the part about testing, but this is nothing like the testing that makes you lose money while crossing your fingers. Here you are not trying to sell anything yet. Instead, you launch a small targeted Facebook ads campaign with a single goal: to collect opinions. Your ad will redirect people who click on it directly to your survey to fill out. There is no need to lose $600 on testing when you can simply spend a small budget, maybe $50 or $100, to ask your future customers to give you their opinions directly, right? For this to work effectively, you need to offer them something valuable in return for their time. This could be a chance to win a free product, a downloadable guide, or a massive discount code for your future store in exchange for their completed survey. Once you have gathered a minimum of 500 to 1,000 responses, you will have something incredibly powerful: cold, hard data. You will be able to know, with proven evidence, which product on your list is the true winner for that specific market. Then, and only then, can you launch your store and run your sales campaigns with your eyes wide open, armed with the confidence that you are selling exactly what your market has already told you they want to buy. The ultimate key to succeeding in making money online, whether it's in e-commerce or any other online business, resides in one master skill: marketing. It is the core competency that allows you to successfully sell anything to anyone, anywhere. Starting this business without honing this skill is like jumping into the deep end of a pool without ever taking a single swimming lesson. You might flail and splash, but you're almost certainly going to sink. And that is precisely why this channel, Biblowise, was created: to cut through the nonsense and teach you the real, actionable marketing skills you need to swim, not sink. So, if you learned something truly useful today, please do subscribe. And I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments below what your biggest struggles are in your business right now. I will read every comment and create videos specifically designed to help you develop the real skills of a successful seller. Don't forget to visit the channel and check out the other videos we have to accelerate your learning journey. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.